Hey you guys, in today's video, I'm gonna teach you how to not go broke while trying to grow your woodworking business. Let's dive in. All right, well, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the show. If you're watching this on YouTube, just a reminder, go check out our podcast, Handmade Business Secrets, where you can listen to this while you're driving down the road or working in the shop, and it's gonna help you develop those business principles that are gonna help you scale and grow your business ultimately. And so today I wanna talk to you about how to not go broke while you're trying to scale your woodworking business. One of the oldest running jokes is, how do you become a millionaire as a woodworker? Well, you start with $1 billion, right? That's one of the oldest jokes about woodworking, that most people believe that you just can't make money doing this stuff. I have personally proven that that's not true. If you don't know me, my name is Zach. I started at $0 back in 2017 in my garage, quit my full-time job, and today, 2023, this past year, we averaged over $60,000 per month in sales. I have a team of 6 or 7 people underneath me, and I'm gonna teach you how to do the same thing. But one of the biggest challenges that you're gonna face as you start growing or trying to scale your woodworking business is just managing the cash, right? How do we manage and make sure that we're not going broke along the way? So one of the biggest challenges that you're gonna face is that before, maybe you had a couple $100 per day that was coming in or out of your account, flowing in and out of your account. When you start scaling and you're working with $60,000 months, now you have thousands of dollars that are coming in and out of your account every day. Number one, it's scary, but number two is if you don't understand how to manage it, you will really struggle. I'm telling you this from experience because I've walked those hard roads of not knowing how to manage my cash flow. So I'm gonna give you 3 steps to not going broke while you grow your woodworking business. Number one, study your cash flow. So when I say study your cash flow, what this means is that every single day you should have an idea of what's coming into your account and what is leaving your account. Every single day, I message the person that's basically running my business for me, and I say, send me a financial update. Let me know what cash is coming in today and what cash is leaving today. What bills are we paying today and what cash do we anticipate to come in? Also, how much more cash do we anticipate to come in from this pay period, and what other expenses do we have this coming pay period, so that I know, okay, when we get to the end of this pay period, we should be sitting around this number and I can plan accordingly. We don't ever want to get in a place where we cannot pay our employees, or we cannot pay our bills, we cannot pay our rent. We don't ever want to be in those positions. And so in order to do that, in order to make sure that that's a reality, we need to be studying our cash flow a lot. Just another thing to be mindful of is if you're in like the furniture business and you're taking 50% deposits when you get an order and then you're collecting the second half payment when you're delivering the order, technically you should always have around 40 to 50% of your total outstanding order balances in your account. So let's say, for example, you have $50,000 in outstanding orders that you need to produce. You've written those orders, you've written $50,000 worth of orders, you still have to produce those $50,000 worth of orders. You should have $20,000 to $25,000 in your account for operating capital is what that's called. And so if you start dipping below that, you need to try to really focus on getting back up to those numbers, because let me tell you from my own personal experience that I didn't know how to manage cash flow, and we got to a point where we had like say $120,000, $130,000 in outstanding orders. Well, based on kind of those numbers, we should have had $40,000 or $50,000 in the bank account. At that point, I'd never had $40,000 or $50,000 in the bank account before, and we got up to that point, and then we started making just little mistakes here and there, or we'd have to redo something, or we would be delayed in something, or we would need to order something, and that number dropped to $35,000 or $40,000. I'd be like, well, we still have $35,000 or $40,000 in the bank account. Well, it dropped to $30,000. Well, we still have $30,000 in the bank account, and these numbers didn't seem like a big deal because it still seemed like so much money, but the reality is that we were losing money, and I did not catch it. I did not realize it. So let me save you some heartache and tell you that that's what you should be doing. That's what you should be managing. So you should always know, how many orders do I have coming up that I have written? Let's say that number is 10,000 or 20,000, and then I need to make sure that I have around 40 to 50% of whatever that number is inside of my account. And if I don't, I need to back off on buying. I need to back off on paying myself and making sure that I keep that reserve inside of my account. Okay, so number one, you need to study your cash flow. You need to be mindful of how many outstanding orders you have, what that number is, and how much cash you have in your account. Number two is you need to plan your cash flow. And so we talked about studying it, and part of that was planning it, but we study it so that we can plan it. And so ultimately, when you are looking at your numbers, you're looking at how much money is flowing in and out of your account each day. You're looking at, okay, when are we going to have these projects completed, and when are we going to collect more cash, and when am I going to be closing these sales? I know that this person was going to talk to their husband, and I expect to hear back from her tomorrow. If I don't, I'm going to reach out to her. Start trying to plan our cash cash flow and how much money is going to be flowing in and out of the business. So it's really important that you just always have a good gauge of this. Listen, there's one thing that I talk a lot about, and that is ostrich syndrome. And ostrich syndrome is something that every entrepreneur faces, and when they come up to a challenge that they don't understand or they don't know how to fix, a lot of times they just stick their head in the sand and hope that nothing goes wrong. Here's the reality. If you stick your head in the sand, and when you finally pull your head up out of the sand, the whole world around you is going to be on fire. It's going to be burning, and you're going to be stuck in the middle of it because you did not address the issues that were around you. The number one thing that you're going to have to learn as an entrepreneur is that every problem is your problem to solve. And so you have to be proactive. You have to find solutions to those problems as quickly as possible. And then here's the third step to not going broke while trying to grow. You need to eliminate unnecessary spending. Here's the reality is as you start to grow, you'll feel like you're making more money and there's more things going on. And so you'll get little subscription services to this little thing that you feel like will help your business, or you'll treat yourself to this or treat yourself to that. And you'll have these little things here and there that when you look over the course of a month adds up to an additional $500 or an additional $1,000. And if you would eliminate that, you'd have an additional $1,000 or $500 or $1,500, depending upon where you're at in your business. You would free up a lot of unnecessary spending that would just make you a whole lot more comfortable and allow you to breathe inside of your business. And so those are really my 3 tips on how to not go broke while you're trying to scale your woodworking business. Listen, if you're watching this, you're just starting out, you're trying to get to that kind of $10,000 a month mark, I have a program for you. I'd love to tell you more about it. There's a link below. It's called the Handmade Hero Academy. You can get started with that for as little as $47 today. You're going to get full access to the program, and then also it's going to come with a full money back guarantee. So if you get inside the program and you're like, man, this has not been helpful, this has not been beneficial, then I will give you a full money back guarantee, no questions asked. If you already have a somewhat established business and you're ready to get to the $20, $30, $40, $50,000 per month mark, then what I encourage you to do is apply for our Woodworking Business Accelerator program. And in that program, you're going to work hand in hand with me. I'm going to run your ads for you to generate more leads, more clients for your business. And I'm also going to coach you on the back end of your business, hiring, decision making, setting up systems and shop flows to make sure that you're efficient to fulfill all the new sales that you're getting. So with that being said, this is how you don't go broke when you're trying to grow your woodworking business. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment below where you're at in your woodworking business, and I'll see you in the next one.